Good morning, lad.
About the things for the wedding,
Yes.
I have a dress for you. What do you think?
My, oh my, that is very pretty. Fine handiwork. I'd tidy up the seams a bit, but so be it. We're not in a city, let alone Innsbruck. Thanks.
I have some perfume for you. Will this do?
My God! It smells just like the yellow headband I wore in Pisa. It brings back memories. Thanks.
I've brought you everything you asked for. Are you ready to leave for Semi?
I am. Once you're ready, just say the word.
Praise. Excuse me.
God be with you. What?
Can we go to Semi now?
Well, the outfit isn't terrible, but it's still not quite right.
This isn't good enough.
Henry, we're supposed to look like we belong there, so you'd better try harder. If you don't have anything better to wear, go to the tailor and buy nicer clothes. It was good to see you, my friend.
Greetings to you.
You silly doggy.
What brings you here?
I'd like to use...
Certainly.
I could use the...
Don't worry.
I can't wait.
Excellent.
Let's talk about...
Certainly. Excellent. You won't regret it, sir.
after a fuck like that. I'll go and find something to eat. I hate sweeping.
God bless.
I could use a trim, Master Barber.
That was a close shave, wasn't it? Oh, come on. It was funny.
Someone comes here to ogle the lasses doing laundry, if you ask me. Capon would be pleased. Come here, boy. Here, mutt. Here you go. Take it. Here you go. Take it.
Hail.
piece of shit!
We're going to gut you, you whore son! For somebody, please! Somebody kill that fucking mutt! Useless! Show your stuff!
Heal.
Do it! Too slow!
Show me.
That's the second time this has happened. What the hell did I do to deserve this? Thank God you turned up, my friend. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sure you'd have done the same for me.
That I would. Take this. I would have lost a lot more if it wasn't for you. And thank you again.
Look what I have for you. Here, mutt. Aye, aye, you silly doggy.
So, this is your famous maypole.
I'm too conspicuous during the day. Better to try at night. I need to find an axe somewhere.
Greetings, good man. Will you come over here for a moment? Let's talk.
I bid you good day. What do you want to talk about?
You'll see. You won't be sorry. Could you spare a few groschen for charity's sake? I'll be straight with you.
Tell me a little about yourself. If I find you to be an upright fellow.
I was once a cloth merchant. You'd have been hard put to find a tailor the finest quality at the
So what happened?
bad times, lad. And bad. They robbed my cart more than once. And in the end, twice they held a dagger to my throat so I ended up on my own. With no light.
I'm sorry to hear that.
But it's not that bad. Every now and then, I meet someone.
Your frankness is refreshing. Maybe I can dig out.
Thank you for your generosity. I will drink to your health.
That's nice now.
Greetings, what do you need?
That's a beautiful maypole you have there. You don't see that every day.
They sure do. Them Geliovites try to steal it. But our fellas, why are you so interested in it?
I know from experience how hard it is to guard a maypole like that. I used to stand guard myself.
Well, there you go. Then I'm sure you know what it's like to be envied by everyone around. And if someone had bad intentions, Henrik would show them how we do things here in Tachov. That's the one thing he's good for.
I wanted to ask about Henrik.
What about him?
Did he do something to you? Sounds like you're...
Aye, I'm not. He's been getting on my nerves ever since. I'm afraid he'll mess with her head and run off with her. Just like his blood.
Where did they go?
What do I know? One day they just packed up and wandered off. I wouldn't mind if someone went and beat the thought of Manka out of his head. Maybe someone...
Why not? I could manage...
He's not much of a fighter, but I reckon if you call him a vagrant or something, it'll surely rile... And I'll remember you did me a little favor.
Listen, Prochek. Those Geliovites are plotting something.
What? Bloody hell.
Old Olbram offered me some groschen to steal your maypole.
Damn it! That bitter old fool just won't. As if it wasn't enough that we fairly and honourably took theirs, and then fairly and honourably kicked their asses when they tried. It's a tradition. That's just how it goes. But for him to send some bloody outside...
Hey, this bloody outsider just did you a favour and told you everything.
Aye, he did. I can clearly... And we value honesty around here.
Nah, it's all right. Keep the money. I just wanted to...
That's very honourable of you. Speaking of which, I reckon it would be fair to repay Olbram. Let me know if you're interested. I came up with a nice little pastime that's sure to make
So what should I do to the Geli...
Listen up then. Old Olbram, the owner of the biggest plot of land in Zhelyov, has this... Obviously, he's very proud of it. Now you, will give his beautiful snow... Simple, right?
Painting a bull, eh? That sounds like fun.
Right. We just have to work out a few... First, we have to get some paint. I don't reckon we'll be able to get any here in the village. But you can try and ask Bartoszek. And after that, we'll have to make sure the bull... Try asking Radovan, the local blacksmith. If you pour it in the bull's water trough, but watch out. That beast is enormous. You'd better put at least 3...
All right, then. Olbram's bull will be get...
Olbram's... And remember, it's supposed to be a joke. If you get caught, or something goes...
Right. So I need paint, sleeping post... Why do you and the Zhelyov lot hate...
It's their fault. They keep playing... Olbram's the worst of them all. The nasty old... He's the one that stole our pasture.
What pasture did they steal?
The one that stretches from the orchard behind the Takov down to the gamekeeper's lodge.
And how did they take it from you? You can't exactly
Save the jokes, will you? This is fucking serious. There's a tree down by the gamekeeper's lodge that marks the edge of our land. My father, God rest his soul, was there when they agreed on it. He got a proper ass kicking so he'd remember it. But then fucking Olbram came along, claiming it was the other way round. And that pasture belonged to Zhelyov.
Well, can't you all just reach some kind of agreement?
Do you think we haven't tried? But there's no talking to the Zhelyovites. Year after year we meet in that pasture. I tell it like it was, but Olbram always starts spewing his lies. Then we end up arguing until the sun sets. And when the Zhelyovites are at wit's end, they come at us, and nothing ever gets solved. We managed to convince them to at least give us back half the pasture. But I know the...
And how did they take it from you?
Save the jokes, will you? There's a tree down by the gamekeeper's lodge. My father, God rest his soul, was there when they... But then fucking Olbram came along, claiming it was the other way.
Well, that's a... Have you tried asking Lord von Burgos?
Of course, but he'd have none of it. He said it's up... But the bailiff couldn't care less. He said we should deal with Olbram ourselves, or he'll have us caned and clapped in...
What's new around here?
Siegfried the herdsboy was here. He was complaining that wolves keep taking... You could also stop by and see Old Mouth. He's the local store. He could tell you all sorts of interesting things, but only if you bring... I have some here to sell. And that's all I'd say.
Sounds interesting. What do you have for... Let's talk about the...
Well, I suppose...
Here.
Many thanks. Thank you, and a good day to you, friend.
Great. Come back anytime, friend.
I'd like to do something about that. Here.
My. I hope you'll be satisfied, my friend.
I'll have a look. I'd like to discuss the...
Well...
Here.
My. Pleasure doing business. Take care.
I need something that'll put animals to sleep.
Well, it's true. I used a concoction that will put even a startled mare to sleep in no time. But the recipe is an old blacksmith's secret. The kind...
Well, I don't want it just for the sake of it.
So, Project and Obram are at it again. Blockheads, both of them. Well, what the hell. Maybe if I help you out, they'll start pay up, and I'll tell you...
Thank you.
Aye, I could go for that. Listen up, then. You take some poppy and thistle, and boil them in oil. Then, after it cools off...
Oh, damn. That's complicated. Could you just...
Are you yanking my pizzle? Offer someone...
Show me your way. Word about the...
Well...
Here.
Many thank you, and a good day to you, friend.
I heard you could use a helping hand.
I could. My last two hands, well, they're not worth mentioning. What do they call you?
Henry.
I'm Radovan. You should know, Henry. The blacksmithing isn't for everyone. Have you done...
Yeah. I basically grew up in the forge. My father was a swordsmith, and not just any. He even forged...
For the nobility, eh? Well, that kind of... As it happens, I have to forge a wedding present for young Lord...
So you'll take me on?
Hold your horses. I'll have to try you out. You could forge me a hunting sword as a test, so I can see if you can make a straight blade.
Sure thing. I can get...
Great. Find some iron.
Iron?
You can't make a sword out of... But if you don't have your own stuff, you can get everything. Furnace is cold now. Give it a practice try. Some things, like swords, are too long to fit in the fire. You have to heat it up, like poking it around for a bit. Now get the furnace nice and hot. There's a lever above you. Give it a pull. It works the bellows. Be able to tell when it's in the fire. You have to take it out from time to time and take a look. Try it out. See? That's exactly the straw color we want. You've got talent, lad. Now heat up the whole thing. The whole thing is heated up now. They'll come over to the anvil. Try moving the sword along the anvil so you can get the hang of it. Now take the hammer and try hitting it a few times. See the sparks? That's the sign of a good strike. The more sparks, the better. Also, you can hammer with different degrees of power. A stronger hit will do more, but it'll tire you out faster. Try giving it a few blows, as hard as you can, so I can see how strong you are. That's got a nice ring to it. Of course, if it was all about hitting an anvil with a hammer, any dolt could do it. You've got to hammer the workpiece evenly. One hit next to the other. Very nice. You're doing just fine. But when I say evenly, I mean it. A sword has two sides, like a lot of other things, including myself. Turn it over and continue on the other side. Nice. Now try forging it on both sides. The closer it is to being finished, the more it will take on the shape you want. It'll cool off soon anyway. It's cooled now. You can't do it all in one go. You've got to put it back in the furnace from time to time. Sometimes you've got to go there and back all day. But it's all part of the craft. Now, get back to the forge and heat it all up again, like before. over to the anvil. Besides the spark, you can tell a good strike by the sound of it. Well struck. See how it's taking on the right shape? That's how you can tell it's almost finished. Now, I've got a piece of advice for you. Hammer to a rhythm. When I hammer a piece to a beat, the work goes by easier. Sometimes I'll whistle to myself to keep the rhythm going. Nice whistle. It's easier to forge to a rhythm if it's struck. There you go. You've got it finished. All that's left is to temper it, and the sword will be done. The rest is just tweaking. Right, let's have a look. Very nice work. Your father taught you the trade well.
He'd certainly be happy to hear that.
If you carry on hammering as well as you did today, you've definitely got a job here. Even so, keep in mind, it's all about making sure every strike does its job. That's why you can't let it get cold, or keep striking the same spot. If you work evenly, each strike falling right next to the last one, you can't go wrong. Got that? Or is there something else you want to ask about?
What good does it do me to whistle?
It makes you work to a rhythm. You won't get tired.
How do I know a good strike?
By the sparks that fly up. It rings out with a different sound.
What's the right way to heat up?
Do it till it turns the color of straw. Ideally, the color. The main thing is, don't work it cold. But don't overheat it either. As soon as sparks start to fly off.
Why should I forge even?
If you keep hammering the same spot, you'll never finish it. But jumping from one end to the other ain't a good idea. The best thing to do is aim.
How will I know it's finished?
Notice the shape. The closer you are to finishing.
Thanks. That's all.
You can sleep in the chamber by the woodshed. And there's a chest where you can keep your things. And of course, you can use the forge. Any questions?
Where can I get material?
You can buy some essentials from. But if you want to make a fancy sword with lots of ornamentation, this is just a village, you know. The locals ain't after luxury.
What can I do with the item?
Well, you can sell them. Though you probably won't have much luck around here. But I'll happen.
Where exactly is my...
At the side of the house. There are 2 doors and a wheelbarrow, and you can put your things in the chest there. Don't worry.
What now?
What do you think? You're not going to be idle. You're pretty good at swords. But what the locals really need is... Right. Here are some simple drawings that show what they're both supposed to look like. And some art. You can get down to it.
Just like that? You aren't going to help?
Sacre, lad. I chose you because you already know a thing or two. I'm not going to look over your... You take care of these smaller jobs. Forge away as long as... Once you've made some coin and feel like being out in the open again...
I'd like to discuss the... Here.
Many thank you, and a good day to you, friend. I'm sorry.
You said you have some more interesting work.
It's about those two idiot hands of mine, Venser and Franzi. They drove off with a cart full of goods towards Semine.
Do you want me to find them?
Just so. But more importantly, I want to know where my cart ended up.
Have you any idea which way they might have gone? I could have a look along...
There's only one road to Semine that can take a cart. It leads from Takov, but I've got a bad feeling they got up to...
Those two hands of yours...
Can't tell you much. They're wandering labour. I don't think they wanted to stay here with me for long. But these days I can use...
Were they suspicious in any way?
No, they worked hard. They ain't no slackers.
What was the cart carrying?
Bugger and bollocks. All sorts of stuff. I'd say, look, there were some hunting swords, bastard swords, and some kitchen stuff. Sacks of charcoal. There's a good month's work in that cartload.
All right.
Go ahead. And if you find that pair of fools drunk...
Gladly. I'll kick some sobriety. Can I ask you about that?
What is it you need?
All right.
Time's wasting. Right.
There's a couple more things I'd like to...
Ask away.
Thanks. I'd like to learn...
What are you in?
One can never know it.
Fine, but it'll take...
You have a kind master, eh, doggy?
Good to see you.
Greetings, Master Guard.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
Greetings, Master Guard.
You silly dog.
So I says to him, "No, father, I haven't been fornicating. I've just been loving my neighbour."
Hey! You alright there, laddie?
Oh, you should have seen him. He went as red as a cardinal's hat. Aye. Hey, servant, bring some wine.
Me? I'm not a servant.
Oh, I know. Old Samine is saving supplies for the wedding later. But you didn't need to bother your wee head about that.
Look, I'm not from here.
Oh. I didn't give a fuck where you're from. You speak our language, do you not?
Well, Yurko, seems to me this fella doesn't know how to behave toward his betters.
The old man's hired hands are lacking in manners. We'll soon fix that.
Come on, Yurgo!
Fuck her!
I'm winded.
Flatten the cheeky wee shite.
You're a dead man! You know that!
Cut the bullshit and fight. I'm just getting warmed up, you shit.
Show the swine!
Bad luck. Come on. Oh, you wee bastard!
In the devil's name is fucking going on here?
What do you think's going on, Grandad? I'm teaching your people here how we do things.
Grandad?
Why, Grandad? An old captain like you probably still remember the flood.
True enough, Yurko. I am old. And I remember all sorts of things. Like you. When you were a little nipper running around here bare arse, with a ribbon in your hair, screaming out how you was Princess Sophie. Poor lad, hadn't a moment's peace from his big sisters.
What about that wine?
Who in God's name are you?
Henry. The Takoff blacksmith sent me. Radovan.
Blacksmith, eh? Then you'll have some explaining to do. Come along and never mind that fool Yurko. Young Samin's getting married, so we has to put up with his kin from Moravia.
You say Radovan sent you, eh? Some trouble with that cart, is it, lad?
Yes. Actually, it seems to have vanished.
My God! Anyway, Lord Sabine should hear whatever it is you want to tell me. But we can't go rousing him at this hour, can we? Come back in the morning. Or at least before noon.
And did anyone see that?
I don't know, Sonny. I don't pay no attention to them wedding arrangements. So I don't know nothing.
All right.
All right. I'll go and get some shut-eye too. If I can